If you're watching this video, you are a business entrepreneur, and in this video I will tell you exactly the 5 exercises that helped me the most to get in the best shape of my life from home so that you don't have to waste any time in the gym. Let me tell you a little bit about my story. About 2 years ago, I went on a trip and it changed my life forever. I remember arriving at the hotel and it was the first time that I truly experienced freedom. It was the first time that I could wake up at the time that I wanted. I could go to the ocean, I could work whenever I wanted. I had no one on top of me, no one telling me what to do, no boss, no teacher, and I completely fell in love with that experience. I'm glad for that trip because it made me want to be an entrepreneur. But you see, I was also in bad shape. I was used to getting no attention from women. I was used to getting no respect from men around me, and I was sick of that. I was sick of being out of shape. I remember there was one day where I went in my washroom, I looked myself in the mirror, and I just hated what I saw. I started crying and I started to beat myself because I was just so sick of this body. And that was a warning sign for me. I needed to change. It clicked in my head that I needed to change. I needed to get in shape because I couldn't live my whole life like this. The next day I woke up and I told myself, you know what? Today I'm going to the gym. I need to change. I need to get the first step of changing my life. So I woke up, took the car, parked the car, get in the gym. It was the bad experience. It was a very, very bad experience because I entered the doors and it was packed with people. It was full of people. Imagine this, there was a line to go to the bench, a line to go to every single machine. And I just wasted an hour and a half, 2 hours out of my day. 2 hours that I could focus on my business. That was the moment that it clicked for me. I would never go back to the gym because all of the time that I'm wasting in the gym, I want to focus on my business. I want to make my business grow. So I completely stopped going to the gym. I bought every single thing I needed in order to work out at home. And I started to work out at home every single day. It was the best decision of my life because I worked out every single day and my life went over from 10 to 100. It was the best thing that happened to me so far to get in that shape, to get in the best shape of my life. It improved every single area of my life, and I'm really, really glad that I did that. It was perfect because my two goals were met. I would wake up and I would just solely focus on my business. That was my only goal, and I wasn't thinking about what time to go to the gym or if I go at this hour, then this machine will be free. Any of that. My sole focus was business. When I started to work out at home, I had 2 more hours of deep work on my business. Think about it, 2 more hours of focused work on your business. How much is that worth? This is why it is the best option by far for your entrepreneurs. You won't have to waste any time in the gym. All of your time will be to focus on your business, and that is the beauty of working out at home. By the way, if you want more from my personal help, go click the link in the description right now. But now back to the video. Working out at home changed my life forever. I'm being totally serious about this because I went from out of shape to the best shape of my life, and it's like a whole new experience, like a whole new human. Your life gets 10 times better. When I started to work out at home, I was way less stressed and way less anxious because I'd wake up and the first thing that I would think about was business. I wasn't thinking about anything else, and I was also lifting heavy weights. So I could use my energy and get in the best shape of my life whilst focusing on my business. Now let's talk about what is needed in order to work out at home. When I first started to work out, I didn't have a bench, and I would do a bunch of weird exercise on the floor. I would try to do the bench press on the floor, and I just didn't see myself gaining that much muscle. And the reason why was because I didn't have a bench. And so I bought my bench at Walmart, and my workouts were just 10 times better. It was so much better because I could now unlock a bunch of different exercise. So this is the first piece of equipment that you absolutely need. It's a bench. I also started to work out without dumbbells. I would do a bunch of body weight exercise like squat, push up, leg raise, and it just didn't give me as much gains as I wanted. And so I changed my approach. I started to buy dumbbells and I could just push myself 5 times harder. Dumbbells are essential in order to have great workout from home. And once again, you can buy them at Walmart, Target, a gym equipment store, or any big store like this will find the dumbbells that you need. I would suggest you start with 25 pounds depending on your strength, and then you can progressively overload to higher. When I was younger, I couldn't even do one pull up. Think about it, one pull up. And then I bought that piece of equipment. It's called a door frame pull up bar, and I can do 20, 25. And I just love that equipment because it allows me to do the pull up, the chin up, and these are two great exercise in order to build your strength and your body. Once again, I bought this at Walmart. Any big store you will find that piece of equipment, even Amazon. I used to train with no mirror, and the problem was that I would work out with bad form and I didn't even know it because I didn't have a mirror. I had no way to review my movement. And so I bought a mirror and my workout was just 2 times better because I was able to see if I was training correctly, if I was doing the right movement. And that helped me a lot to upgrade my body, to make my body more muscular because I was making sure that I was having good form, that I was working out correctly. My workout used to be so long. I used to do 4 sets and my workout used to last like, I don't know, 2 hours and a half, and it was just way too long. Once again, I wanted to focus on my business. I didn't want to have 2 hours and a half a day of workout. And so I started to go to 2 sets and I just packed on muscle because I was going to failure. But what I did for a week is that I started with 1 set to see my real failure, to see what I was truly capable of. Because I was used to step at 12 reps and not pushing myself as much as I wanted. And so, like I said, for a week, go to 1 set. And when you go to 1 set, your brain will bully you to push yourself harder. Whenever I would go to 1 set, I would tell myself, you only have one shot at this, so you have to give your everything. This will allow you to see your real failure, and then you can go to 2 sets and you will just pack on muscle. It will be very helpful and you will have the best workout that are fast and effective. Think about it. I was this skinny kid that was getting no attention from women at all. And so I started to make some research. And I found out that the V shape is the body that is the most attractive to the female gaze. And so I was like, okay, I need to focus on the V shape. From that day, I started to focus on the back, the upper pec, the side delts, the neck, and the lower abs. And it helped me a lot to have the masculine shape, the V shape. And I'm telling you, your life is 10 times better when you have that shape. You can attract any woman that you want, get respect from men, and a bunch more of benefit. So now let's talk about some exercise that I do in order to target these parts of my body. Since I first started to work out, I did the pull-up every single day because I used to work with this colleague of mine that was very beautiful. I had a crush on her, and one day she told me that she liked big masculine back, and that was the moment that I started to train my back every single day. I wanted to seduce her. I wanted to make her my girlfriend. So I started to do the pull-up every single day, and I just saw a massive back transformation. I fell in love with that exercise. At that point, it wasn't even about my colleague. It was just that I saw such a massive difference on my back that I wanted to continue to do that exercise every single day. So that's the first exercise that I highly suggest you do is the pull-up. I used to do a lot of push-up and I was just not a fan because it focused on the lower part of my chest. It just gave me a saggy look that I didn't really like. I wanted to have the big masculine pec that would be the upper pec. And so I started to do the decline push-up and it helped me a lot to build a masculine pec because it focused on the upper part of my pec. So that's the second exercise that I suggest you do. Basically, I put my feet on a bench, on a chair, and then I do the push-up and it really targets the upper part of my pec. When I was younger, I struggled a lot to grow my shoulder. It just wouldn't grow. They were small, and I was sick of that. I wanted to build big masculine shoulder. So I asked one of my jacked friend how he built such massive shoulder, and you know what he told me? He told me that he wouldn't train them once a week like I was doing, but every single day of the week. I tried it, and it definitely works. It worked very, very well. My shoulder grew and it got bigger and bigger. So do the lateral raise every single day, you will see a massive difference on your shoulder. In high school, I used to be bullied by guys, and the reason why was because I just looked weak. I had a skinny neck, I was not confident, and I just looked like a little boy. Like you can see on the right, this guy looks way better than on the left. And the only difference is that his neck is way bigger. When I was younger, I used to have a neck like the left picture, and it just made me look weak. And so I started to train my neck by doing the neck curls. There's two ways that I do the neck curls. I do it on my back, where I put the weight on the front of my head and it targets the front part of my neck, or I do it on my chest, where I put the weight on the back of my head and it targets the back part of my neck. These are the two ways that I do the neck curls. And don't forget to put a towel between the weight and your head because you don't want to hurt yourself. But I highly suggest you do these two exercises and you'll build a massive masculine neck. I remember when I was younger, I saw all of those guys with six-pack getting all the girls, and I was sick of that. I wanted to have a six-pack, so I started to make some research on YouTube about six-pack abs guaranteed workout. And after the workout, I would look at my abs and I still didn't have a six-pack. So I changed my approach. I started to train them 10, 15 minutes every single day. And after a month, 2 months, I had a six-pack. So that's the way to have the six-pack. Don't want to train them once, 1 hour a week by doing a huge workout. What you want to do is 10, 15 minutes every single day, and eventually you will have six-pack. Now what I do are 50 leg raise, as you can see on the left, and 10 hanging leg raise, as you can see on the right. I just want to tell you that for the leg raise, you need to keep your back straight. You need to keep it glued to the bench. Tense your abs, and that is how you will train your abs. Just a quick tip right now. But there was a problem. You see, I was not consistent at all. I would work out for a week, then not for a month. For 3 days, then not for a month. And the reason why was because I didn't know anything about staying consistent. I would just start to work out of nowhere. It was random. I didn't create a habit of working out until I read that book. The book is called Atomic Habits. And in the book, there's basically a strategy that told me to stack habit, to continue the routine instead of creating a new routine out of nowhere. And so I tried it, and it worked very, very well. So here's an example, right? I wake up at 6, from 6:30 to 12, I do my deep work. From 12 to 12:30, I eat. After that, what I do is I work out. From 12:30 to 1:30, I work out. You see, I stacked working out on top of something that I do every single day, which is eating. And when you do that, you are basically creating the habit of working out. And that is why we want to stack habit. That is the way to stay consistent. And it helped me a lot to stay consistent. Another thing that helped me a lot is to change my identity. Because you see, when I was younger, my identity was as this skinny guy who has low confidence, getting no attention for a moment, who was not consistent on anything. And you can tell that it was very, very hard for me to stay consistent. And so I read a book and it told me that when your identity is not aligned with your goal, your identity is pushing against your action and you are swimming upstream. That was a moment that I told myself that I needed to change my identity because it was keeping me from achieving my goal. And so I forcefully changed my identity. The way that I did it is that I would forcefully put positive thoughts in my head. I would tell myself 100 times a day, you're a healthy athlete that never cheats on his diet. And I'm not gonna lie to you, right? It was delusional. But guess what? It worked. It helped me so much to stay consistent because whenever I wouldn't feel like working out, I would just tell myself, you are a healthy athlete that never cheats on his diet, who's very consistent. After telling myself that 100 times a day, every single day, my subconscious mind started to accept it and to create a new identity. Then all you have to do is add proof to this by working out, and you have a new identity. That is how you create a new identity. Another thing that helped me a lot was to stay motivated. If I'm being honest with you, I love discipline, but I also love motivation. It's good to have the drive to work out. It's good to want to work out. And what I did is I made a list of all the benefits that would happen to my life once I would get in the best shape of my life. I would write the kind of girls that I would attract. I would write the way I would carry myself, the way men would treat me. I would make a list of all of this, and whenever I wouldn't feel motivated, I would come back to that list and remember why I started to train. I would visualize all the things that would happen to me, and it would really, really help me to stay motivated during hard times. So this is your action step right now. I want you to put pause on this video, and I want you to take a piece of paper. On that piece of paper, you will write every single benefit that you will have in your life once you will get in the best shape of your life. Visualize how your life will look like. Visualize yourself getting the best shape of your life. What would you see in front of the mirror when you see that you have a six-pack and when you see that you're ripped? Just imagine this, write every single thing down, and I want you to visualize your life. I started to visualize specific moments in my life. For example, each year I go back to see my father's side of my family for Christmas, and I would just visualize the way they would respect me, the way they would treat me, and the compliment they would get me after they saw that I transformed my body, the respect they would give me. I would visualize entering the door and everybody being impressed by the way I looked. I would visualize the way people would look at me as I walked in the street with confidence. I would visualize being in a meeting and everybody listening to what I have to say because everybody respects me and my body. This helped me a lot to stay consistent, and I really wish you did that exercise. Now let's talk about diet. I used to think that eating healthy and tasty was impossible. You see, I used to think that in order to get in the best shape of my life, I had to eat like white rice, chicken, and broccolis all day long. But you see, I was completely wrong. I started to cook, I started to try a bunch of different recipes, and this is just the proof that you can eat tasty and healthy food. This is a recipe that I do every single day. It just tastes amazing. The first thing is to eat high fat. I remember there was one day where I woke up and the only thing that I ate was red meat, avocados with a bit of olive oil. Later that day, I started to work out, and my workout was just so much better than usual. I would push myself 10 times harder. And it was because of my diet. You see, when you eat high fat, your testosterone go up. Fat is basically the base of your testosterone. And so this is the thing that I suggest you do. Start to eat good fat like avocados, olive oil, and red meat. Don't eat McDonald's. Don't eat any of that bad fat because it will just make your insulin go up and you'll just gain fat. And that's not the goal. Eat good fat like these and you will gain a lot more muscle. When I was younger, I used to eat no protein at all. I would eat like 3 eggs and I thought that it was enough. And I would feel sore after my workout for about 3 days. I wouldn't gain much muscle. And I just didn't know why because I was pushing myself. But the reason why was because I was breaking the muscle when I would work out. But then I wouldn't repair it by eating enough protein. Because protein comes and repair the muscle and I was not eating enough. I was supposed to eat 0.82 grams per pound of body weight and I was eating about 0.10, 0.20 gram. That was why I was plateauing. I was not eating enough protein. I was not repairing the muscle that were cracked. So that's the second thing. You don't have to track the amount of protein that you eat. Just try to eat 5 to 10 eggs a day. Try to eat meat every single day, nuts, and you'll be good. But protein is very, very important in order to gain mass and muscle. About 2 years ago, I was scrolling on Instagram. Okay, I don't do this anymore, but I used to do this, and I stumbled on this pancake recipe, and truly, it changed my diet forever because now I eat this every single day. And it is perfect for us entrepreneurs because it is fast, effective, and it is high protein. So it is simply perfect. What I do is I put 1 banana, 3 eggs, and a half cup of oats in the blender. I blend. I put a little bit of butter on a frying pan. Then I put the mixture in the frying pan. After 3 minutes, you turn it around and it just tastes amazing. It is high protein, fast, and effective to do. So that's a recipe that I highly suggest you try. That's it for this video. I hope it helped you. And once again, getting in shape changed my life forever. The way I look at myself now in the mirror is like I get positive thoughts. I hype myself and I just feel 10 times more confident now that I'm in very good shape. So once again, if you're a busy entrepreneur, I truly think I can help you to achieve your fitness goal. Go click the link in the description right now and have a good day. Best shape, best life.